Mackenzie Johnston with Cattle News Central, bringing you your August 10th cattle industry headlines. Brought to you by Ag Risk Advisors. They manage your risk so you can manage your operation. They are the experts in educating, evaluating, and executing risk management programs for each individual operation while also providing top-notch customer service. Now is the time to be thinking about enrolling in the Pasture Rangeland Forage Program for the 2023 crop year. If you'd like to learn more about this, go ahead and reach out to Alex and Naya to learn how to set up a tracking policy so that you can understand how the program works firsthand. Ag Risk Advisors, risks averted, legacies preserved. We are also sponsored by Circle 5 Cow School. If you're wanting to learn how to preg check your own cows or start AIing, Circle 5 Cow School is definitely the way to go. Almost every week, they are hosting classes somewhere between Texas and Tennessee. They do a phenomenal job. If you want to check out their schedule, head on over to circle5cowschool.com. That is the number 5 in there. Or you can go ahead and just give them a follow on Facebook. The Associated Press has reported, Beyond Meat has reported another rough quarter, which is resulting in the layoff of 4% of their workforce. Beyond posted a net loss of $97.1 million during its second quarter. In the same quarter last year, they only lost $19.7 million. Beyond's net revenue now stands at $147 million, down 1.6% from $149.4 million last year. By laying off 4% of their workforce, Beyond will now be saving $8 million annually. Beyond executives are blaming the company's financial woes on macroeconomic issues such as inflation, rising interest rates, along with COVID and its potential impact on consumer behavior and demand levels, and also labor availability and supply chain disruptions. So just a whole plethora of issues getting in the way of Beyond thriving. So according to Ethan Brown, he is the CEO of the company. The company's ground beef currently costs $8.35 a pound, compared to an average of $4.90 a pound for traditional ground beef. If you can remember back a few months ago, Beyond partnered with McDonald's to serve the McPlant burger for a trial period of time. However, that trial has now ended, and it does not look like McDonald's is going to keep that fake meat option on their menu. This update is also sponsored by 4T Ag Insurance, your go-to contractor for ag insurance. Colt Tritt, he is the owner and operator of 4T Ag. He is a one-man show. He himself ranches, so he understands all the risks that go along with the livestock industry. 4T Ag, they offer LRPs on both fed and feeder cattle. They offer PRF insurance and just about any other insurance option out there. If you want to learn more, head on over to www.4tag.net. That is the number 4, TAG.net. Meeting Place has reported, thanks to 4 of its 5 operating divisions being profitable, Tyson Foods was yet again able to achieve another quarter of increased sales. However, the company has reported several factors limiting profitability this year compared to last year. Overall sales in the meat giant's third quarter totaled $13.5 billion, up 8.1% from $12.5 billion last year. Tyson's net income now stands at $750 million, up only $1 million from $749 million last year at the same time. The company expected these numbers to be much higher. We all know they like to set records. But supply chain issues, along with record inflation, negatively impacted profitability. Tyson's beef sales increased 1.3% in the third quarter as a result of strong global demand to nearly $5 billion. Chicken sales increased 26% to $4.4 billion. Prepared food sales increased 7% to almost $2.5 billion. However, their pork sales, they actually slipped 5.6% to $1.6 billion. I would say Tyson, even though it's not a record-setting quarter, they're still doing just fine. On the topic of Tyson Foods, Fox Business has reported, according to the meat giant, consumers are beginning to shy away from expensive beef cuts, and as a result, chicken is growing in popularity. This news comes at a time when consumers are dealing with grocery prices increasing 12.2% year over year, which is actually outpacing the overall consumer price index. So pretty substantial price increases in the last year. According to Reuters, the meat giant has raised chicken prices by more than 20% over the last year. Tough economic times are causing consumers to look for cheaper protein options, and as a result, consumer demand for premium cuts of beef slipped in the second quarter, and Tyson's beef prices actually declined 1.2% in that quarter. Finally, Meeting Place has reported, according to data released by the U.S. Meat Export Federation, June beef exports were valued at $1.05 billion. This is the fifth time this year that beef exports have surpassed the $1 billion mark. Furthermore, June's export value was up 31% compared to the same time last year. So in all of 2021, beef exports only reached such high levels on 2 occasions. So essentially, we are knocking it out of the park when it comes to beef exports this year. Total beef exports in June were 130,638 metric tons, a 16% increase over June of 2021, and the fourth largest volume on record. For the first half of this year, beef exports were up 6% from a year ago to 743,904 metric tons, and value was up 33% to $6.18 billion. And for all of you folks out there that are wondering about imports in the month of June, June beef imports were actually down 15.3%. That is all I have for you guys this morning. I hope everyone's week is rolling right along. I will be back here tomorrow. Have a great day.